Welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'm going to talk about what are the things which you should do right after arriving in Poland. So without further ado, let's get into the video. And I'm pretty sure this video is going to help you guys, so don't forget to press the thumbs up, because when you actually like the video, so the video reaches to new people and it just like supports me. So the first thing which you should do right after arriving in Poland is buy a SIM card. Maybe you'll have to make few calls to your dormitory or your university, or maybe you have to like use the Google translator. So let me be very honest, I cannot imagine actually living in Poland without a Google translator. SIM card companies which you can go for is first of all T-Mobile. I mean, literally I cannot stress this much like how good their mobile data or how good their network is. No matter where you are traveling in Poland or where you are staying, even in forests, hills, like T-Mobile works everywhere. But it's kind of like expensive, like the amount of data which they give. So that was one of the reasons I switched, because I felt like I was paying a lot and I was not getting a lot of mobile data like per month. So the second mobile network which I can suggest you is Lyca Mobile. It works amazingly if you are living in a big city or if you are living in a place where they have their network, because I've heard, or even when I travel to some places, so the Lyca Mobile network is not really that great. Sometimes they switch from 4G to 3G, but for most part you won't be disappointed from Lyca Mobile because they give a lot of gigabytes. So I think I pay like 25 zloty per month and I get like around 80 gigabytes or something online. It's crazy, like the amount of data which they give. Actually see, right now I have like 66 gigabytes something left. If you are those kind of person who likes to use a lot of data, so just go with Lyca Mobile. Also there are other few companies like Play, Orange or Plus. You can also choose any of this. They are almost like similar, they have similar plans, but yeah, personally if you ask me, go for T-Mobile or Lyca Mobile. And also let me tell you, buying a SIM card here in Poland is not such a big deal. You can just go to any of the shops or malls, but for Lyca Mobile you cannot buy this in like, they don't have a particular like a whole like a showroom of Lyca Mobile. So you can buy this in Zapkas or other, you know, few small stores, or you can just order online from Lyca Mobile website. So now let's talk about the second thing which you should do right after coming to Poland is opening a bank account. Yes, bank account is very important. Having a Polish bank account is very important if you are living in Poland for long term. Let me also tell you, in the initial days when I came to Poland, I was still using my Indian bank account because I had a ton of cash. I mean, utna paisa nahi hai bhai. Basically all my funds were in my Indian bank account. I was using my Indian debit card, and up to still this day I use my Indian debit card because my parents, whenever they feel like sending money, they send money to the Indian bank account because it's more easy for them. As always, you pay some little conversion charges, or the bank charges their own fees or whatever. The Polish banks which I would suggest you to go for is Millennium Bank. I'm telling Millennium Bank because I still have the Millennium Bank account from the day I landed in Poland and up to now. And I also have account in other banks here in Poland. One is Santander, and I was also using Bank Polski. I mean, I was using few other banks, but I just felt that they are not that student friendly, because whenever you go to the bank, nobody speaks English. The people are, I don't know, they're kind of weird. Like even when you try to translate them and tell them something, I just felt like they're not really that helpful. And also other banks except Millennium, they charge a certain amount of money if you don't make a transaction of certain amount. So let's say you are having a bank account in Santander Bank. So in a month, I guess if you don't make transaction of, I think it's like 200, 300 or 500 zloty. I'm not sure about this exact amount. So they will charge you something like a monthly charge in the end of the month. So this was the only thing I found very annoying in other banks. And in Millennium, they have like, I think it's called 360 student account. So it's completely free. You don't pay any charges or any transaction charges. I feel like the staff who work in Millennium banks, they are much friendlier than the other banks. I mean, that's my personal experience. Also, let me tell you why I told you first to buy SIM card and then bank account, because when you'll go to the bank, they will ask you Polish number. So you should have a Polish mobile number. So for that, you need to buy the SIM card first. So now let's talk about the third thing which you should do right after coming to Poland is get a pesel number. Basically, pesel number is a kind of a identity number, like, you know, in US, social security number. In India, we have this Aadhaar number. So in Poland, this is pesel number. So pesel number is very important because everywhere, wherever you go, any office, if you apply for TRC, even if you go to the bank, sometimes they will ask you like, do you have a pesel number? So pesel number is very important, and it's also very easy to get. So you can always search for the city hall near me. I think it's actually called Uzon. So Uzon basically means, I think, an office. So you can just go to the city hall and you can just tell them that, hey, I want to register myself and I want to get a pesel number. So for that, I think the document which you need is a rent agreement. Yes, they need a proof of a residence, that where exactly you are staying. So in case if you are staying in a dormitory, you'll have a agreement contract, right? But in case if you are renting a private apartment, so just take your rent contract. Also make sure you take your passport, because they will check the passport, they will verify it, and also they will see the visa. So the fourth thing which you should do right after coming to Poland is buy a fucking health insurance. In most cases, if you don't have health insurance and if you're going seeing a doctor, if even something like you have a fever or you have some small like problems, or if you are sick. So if you don't have health insurance, you'll end up paying a hell lot of money. Yes, I mean if you convert into Indian rupees, it's like a lot of money. And here I'm talking about a Polish health insurance. I'm not talking about an international health insurance which you took while applying for visa. That can also work in most cases. Let me give you a story like what happened to one of my friends. He had an Indian health insurance and he had some problems in his teeth. So when he went to the doctor asked me like, do you have a health insurance? And he said yes. The doctor did all the treatment, and I think he ended up paying like 20 or 30,000 Indian rupees just for a removal of one of his teeth. I think it was wisdom teeth. Then what he did, he talked to the insurance company back in India, and the insurance company told him to send all these invoices and whatever and whatnot. First place, he ended up paying this 30,000 rupees. And he still had insurance. So the insurance company, they actually told him that we cannot reimburse you. I mean, I don't actually remember, but it was very stupid reason, and they took a lot of time just to reply to his calls or emails. So you know what I mean, right? I mean, if the insurance company knows that you are not in the same country and you are abroad, तो भाई इंडिया में कैसा सीन होता है वो आपको पता ही है, मैं ज़्यादा बोलूँगा नहीं इस पे. So it's always good to have a Polish health insurance. And also let me tell you one more thing: if you are working in Poland like part-time or full-time, or if you have a contract like a job contract, in that case already automatically you have insurance. The employer has to give you insurance because by the Polish labor law that you need to have insurance if you are working, if you have a contract. So you can go to any of the hospitals and then you can tell them your pesel number. Just by the pesel number, they will already check in the system that you have a health insurance or not. Also, you can go for private health insurances. In most cases, the private ones are like kind of far better than the public ones, like public health insurance which they have in Poland. Because in the public health insurance, if you, let's say you got something like, I mean, I'm not talking about emergency, but if you are sick or anything, then you have to take the appointment, and sometimes it takes a lot of time to get the appointment to the doctor to get your treatment done. So in that case, the private health insurance, they are better. And right now I'm using the health insurance is PZU. I paid for this like 800 something zloty for a year, so if something happens, I can just go to any of the doctors. Basically, the private health insurance, they are like more prompt. If something happens to you, you can always call their helpline number. They speak English, so I mean, it's like better service. So the fifth thing in this list is buying some stuff for your apartment or your dormitory or wherever you're going to settle down. Let me tell you, Polish winters are like really harsh. So I'm assuming you need to buy a blanket and also like maybe a pillow or something. I'm assuming you would at least buy some stuff for your house, like some utensils or some dishes or some spoon, fork, because I don't know anyone who carries all this from India. I mean, I didn't do it. Maybe some of you guys do. So I would suggest you can just go to IKEA, and in IKEA they have fucking each and everything. Whatever. Good thing is in Poland, I think every major city has like a IKEA, like one IKEA at least. There's also one more store, I think it's called JYSK. I'll put the logo on the screen. So you can go to any of these stores, but I like IKEA more because I've been to JYSK and I don't really like their products. I don't know, I just don't like the value of the product which you're getting. So I guess that's pretty much for the video. I really hope this video helped you in one way or another. And if it did, just make sure to give it a big thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel to support me. और भाई जल्दी से 10K कराते हैं. Please make sure to give it a big thumbs up if this video even helped you a bit. तो भाई लाइक करना मत भूलना, और just comment on if I missed something. That's pretty much for the video. मिलते हैं भाई अगले वीडियो में. I'll see you in my next vlog. Till then, from Poland, peace. सब्सक्राइब कर देना यार, दुख होता है, ठीक है, मतलब. और हाँ, मिलते हैं.